What is up, YouTube? HPJ here, and good evening, good morning, whichever one it is, to you all. Today video is going to be on, well, Harpie support that's coming to them in Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel. There is a lot of things that I would love to talk about now that we have all the cards unveiled for Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel. Funny enough, there's even two support cards that are coming out, and for the legend cards for them that I definitely want to talk about because there's so much going on with Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel, and it's amazing. It's probably one of the biggest things that I can honestly say Harpie players and Harpie enthusiasts would love to have here in the season. But sadly enough, no, it's not happening. I would love for it to happen. I really would. It would be a great um, benefit for us Harpie players to have a lot of this stuff. But unfortunately, it's just not going to happen. But let's have a fingers crossed for if it does ever happen. Um, I think we all would definitely love for that. Now, let's go through the lineup of the cards here that are going to be in Got Wings Threat. Starting from the top, we have first the original Harpie Lady, Harpie's Pet Dragon, Harpie Ladies L, Harpie Ladies, and Harpie Lady R. Harpie Lady 1, Harpie Lady 2, Harpie Lady 3, Harpie Regina, Harpie Carla, Harpie's Full Dress, Triangle XP Spark, Elegant Egotist, Harpie's Feather Tempest, and Rise of the Storm Monarch and Icarus Attack as legend cards. I do believe Harpie Girl is in the set, or she may not be in front of the set, but you know what? Let's move her up here so we can include her here as well. Now, with all of these cards coming in God Wing Breath, this is probably this is going to be a massive thing for those who are going to be playing Rush Duel and going to be playing with RP cards. Um, one of the biggest and bittersweet things about it is, of course, that they're going to get Harpie Lady Sisters retrained before we even get a Harpie Lady in this. I'm just going to say that now. This is crazy. Yeah, because one of the things that I noted in the video when I talked about these cards is that they're Harpie Lady Sisters, but as individual monsters. They're only the combined set once they are maximum summon, but they're still treated as Harpie ladies, no matter where they are, hand, field, deck, or they are banished. They are all Harpie, and that is probably one of the changes that they were going. I don't know. They might do a change like that in GCG if they ever decide to reprint Harpie ladies, and just because of what they all individually do, I would love to see that change too. Like upgrade Harpie Ladies 1, 2, and 3, and then give them the name of their Harpie Lady sisters on the field or in the graveyard and stuff like that. So where these would benefit from the fact that we can now run an upgraded version of, and then people won't complain about there being such a dead draw. And then you can just tribute summon them, or you can normal summon them, special summon them without the restrictions of needing elegant egotists because remember that is still one of the biggest bad draws that the Harpie Lady Sisters have, is that they have to first be summoned with Elegant Egotist. All the rulings and stuff state that it resets them when they go back into the deck, so you can't do anything off of that. Harpie Chandler can't special summon them because they weren't properly. Your only real bet is that if you try to resummon them from the graveyard or from the banish, because it recognizes that they're released summoned by ego. But even then, it's such a bad lineup of things and how game mechanics work that it's like after the 20, like it's been 25 years. Why has Sisters not had a return? Why is it that all the possible things that have happened at this up until this point, heart-related sisters are getting the short end of the stick? Like they desperately need a retrain. You even printed out cards that search for cards with their names in it and still have no reprint. That is bananas. I don't understand that. Can we please get some Hercules that there are viable in the original game? And then people can be like, wow, I want to run this version of Hercules because now we actually have a Hercules that we don't have to sit here and be upset about. Because, oh no, we don't have a reason because we got dogged out. Uh, but yeah, hopefully this does really, survive something, or maybe this helps fix things later on. Once you know, get things together. Yeah. But yeah, these upgrades, Harpies, ladies, L, Harpy ladies, R, Harpy ladies, middle. Um, yeah, definitely needed, definitely wanted. Show some spice, and I, like I said, this is one of the bigger changes that I think everybody's making, and everybody's going to see. Um, maybe when it does finally, we hope, we really, really hope. Um, looking at that factor, when I did talk about them, I think the effects are pretty cool. The effects are really great. You have a monster that can swing multiple times and be unaffected by your monster's attack. Your opponent's monster effects, you have a Harpy that can be affected by your opponent's attack cards. And you have a Harpy lady that she can make a monster on the field attack increase by returning to when you beast monsters in the graveyard back into your. And then if she's maximum summoned, she can inflict 500 points. 500 points damage. Again, it really can because it can that inflicting damage outside of battle can be very important. I mean important, especially when you go into time or the time. In addition to that, I think it's oh wow what a change because these are just basically plays off the variations of what Harpy ladies 1, 2, and 3 are going to be doing, which that's also an upgrade there in regards to. And I spent enough time talking about sisters. Let's actually talk about themselves. So one of the massive changes for 1, 2, and 3 is that they are only treated as Harpy Lady while in the grave. Harpy Lady 2 and 3 are the ones that have to send the card from the top of the deck to grave to become Harpy Lady while they're on the field. It is a bit of a backdraw because there are cards that can, but I, but looking at how their effects operate, you can think about this too. It fills up your graveyard with cards, and 9 and 10 can be other Harpy monsters. Other Harpy ladies are Harpy ladies themselves, and then you can summon cards off like Elegant Egotist. You can play around with, I believe Call of Haunted is in the game as well, so that can be played around with as well. Um, you have just so many different options of things that can happen that you'll be perfectly fine with them um, having that whole thing from the field from the deck to the graveyard um, setup. Because it's kind of like just thinking like Global. Global had a similar thing too, in which it had an additional effect once it milled from that. Yeah, it was something itself, and it's kind of like a bad excuse to set like kind of one of the weird options of using as an example, but it's kind of like that whole yeah, there's at least an additional effect going on when they send a card to the graveyard. And then not to mention how many of the cards in the game are going to be helping them survive that whole they're just basically setting up for their effects. But on top of that, you're also setting it for other cards, which can be very beneficial to the deck, to the strategies of the Harpies themselves, which is, swarm the field, take things out. Maximum summon, take things out even harder. Looking at that B is that I do still feel, and I've said this in the video Harpy Lady 3, I feel like she was the one that got shafted the most. Where her upgrade is basically getting me unaffected by monster effects. Here she is just making monsters fall, fall down. Which, you know, doesn't work for everybody. Remember, there are still ways to work around that mechanic of a monster not being able to attack. But we're also having cards and stuff that say, hey, I can play around it. Where Arbulate 2 is just basically, I don't know what your trap card is because it's not going to hurt me. And it's funny though, when she upgrades, she says, what trap card? That can't destroy me. Haha. So, yeah, that is them. But it's nice to know that they're going to be able to be played in conjunction with Harpy Lady herself because we don't have that here in the team. And Slayer, up until Harpy Queen's release, that would have been nice. It would have definitely been nice to have that. To have Harpy Lady 1, 2, 3 be playable in the deck in addition to Harpy Lady herself. And then you wouldn't have to worry about a maximum of 3 ruling. It's dumb. It's dumb. And it's hurt Harpy players and decks till the later iterations did change that, which thank God for Queen and Champ. So glad they gave us that. Harvey Regina is up next. Now Regina It's okay. If you look at how Rush Duel operates, yeah, she's a really good card, just fraction of hand. You can reset things, and adding Harpies from your graveyard to your hand. I am going to say this though. If she ever came to the TC, um, the workaround effects would have to either resolve around level 6 or lower Harpy monsters or level 5 or higher Harpy monsters for the additional draw and the retrieval of the Harpy card, which would be great. But it is still standoff of that. You'd have to have a lot of workaround. We're not talking about her outfit and stuff. I mean, like that was already. We are just talking about her effect as a Harpy monster to the archetype itself. What benefits could she, what setups could she assist with, and what things could she be utilized for? If she was to be summoned off of Channeler, she'd definitely be a plus though, because you at least have one of the win-win. Then you're able to send a card from your hand to the graveyard, so that doesn't mean a card. There's not everything you can send sign, you can send Harpist, then drawing a card, and if you control another insert level of Harpy monster here, you can at least draw the additional card. No, you draw the card and you also retrieve from the graveyard, which Harpies don't have a retriever from the graveyard to put monsters back in the hand. We only have cards that will special summon. So Regina would actually be really good in that sense. It's just that unfortunately Regina kind of is on the stick of you have very low stats, sis, but we still have some things that we can work into that at least at your level 4 we can still have a viability. I mean, I can even look at Harpy Dancer and remember Harpy Dancer had lower stats, has I think the second lowest stats next to her, which is 1200 attack and 1000 defense. So she's literally the lowest level, the lowest statted Harpy monster in terms of defense. And then there's Harpy Dancer, and then everybody else in the middle. So yeah, it was like, okay, well, there's still some work around with her, but they'd have to really work her effect to make her viable in that sense. Then there's Harpy Carla. Carla only has legitimately, if they do print out full dress, two cards that she can attain: Cyber Shield and Harpy Full Dress. I would want to say maybe they call it Golden Cyber Shield in the TC, or they at least keep it, as Cyber Shield as Harpy's Full Dress. Then, in which in case Full Dress itself would still have a lot of things to help it. Hysteric Sign can search for it. Harpy Channeler can discard it off of the bat. Then Carla can retrieve Full Dress and set it to the field. There really wouldn't be too much of a problem there. Even if they did play this monster, freeze it to the field. I would like to see her have more things. Make her a tuner. Make her a tuner. Make her a tuner with level change. If that's ever the case. If you can't print out Full Dress, make her a level changing tuner. Make her, have that attached to her as well. Once a turn, you can activate one of the following effects. Activate an effect once per turn. He's able to manipulate her level equal to the target one face up Harpy monster on the field. Change this monster's level to that level until the end of the turn. Or better yet, that actually will work out because then if you look at it, she can change her level to dragon, they can exceed. Then she can change her level to 4. Then she can with her other Harpy kin, or she can synchro that way. Or even synchro for monsters that are Harpy or Cyber slash Harpy. Give you some play there. Can even keep her regular level, be a 2, and go for 6s. Like level 6s we still have left in the game, but those are still viable. But take advantage of it. The only other things that I can talk about up until this point with the Harpy monsters is that Dragon's Change now includes the Harpy Lady's sister. So it's an additional 900 for one of them on the field. So Harpy Lady will give him 3. It's an okay change, and I feel like it's just really there to suffice because tribute summoning is a lot easier. And because of the mechanics of the multi. But yeah, Dragon is something you can just splash in, and then you have your normal Harpy Ladies, which do work in individual cases. And then there are some spells and traps that do bone lessons. Both of them. But to be honest with you, I don't play Harpy Ladies. I don't play Harpy Girl, and I don't even want to. I basically want to use the Harpy Ladies and Regina. go from there. Where it goes to the quick spells, to the spell cards, egotists change. It's kind of something we all want in the TCG. There's a returning ego that can touch something from the graveyard. Don't be like a Lone Mirror split where you only get the effect through copying. Give me something that I can get monsters and then I can really survive my game. Like, let me get sisters from the graveyard. Let me get a Harpie lady from the graveyard. Let me get everything together and survive and do all this math so I can get things together. And then wham bam, thank you, man. Full field of Harpies. I can tinker, I can exceed, I can. That'd be really good. That'd be a really good option. Um, if when you even coincide with Elegant Ink, like it literally like give it to be the fact that this card's name is true as Elegant. There would probably run maybe 2 or 3 of those in this, like 1 or 2 of those plus this, and it works. Kind of similar to how what in polymerization this is always shared polymerization. I mean, this would kind of hurt Harpie the Elegant Ink itself, but I don't know. There'd be somewhere. There'd be some. The Triangle XD Spark was just the massive change that it affects up to 3 wind monsters on the field, which is the rate the Harpie Lady themselves, giving the additional 500 attack instead of jumping the Harpie Ladies to 200, which I think this is what it's supposed to or tries to mimic. Where it's, what is it, 600 attack? Yeah, because they're giving the Harpie Ladies 2700 attack. Because remember in the game, the original Triangle Axis Spark has the effect of the original attack of all the Harpie Ladies is turn on the field becomes 2700. So once it becomes 2700, you switch and try the XT Spark here, and this XT Spark is just going to give 600 to all the wind monsters. It doesn't matter which wind monster, as long as Harpie Ladies is on the field, then all up to 3 of those wind monsters, and that could really live for Harpie Strike Dragon, Ryza, who are not Harpie Ladies, but they're monsters that are wind, and then they can help you knock out things. Also, no effects of your opponent's shot card. Even bigger bonus for that. Then we speak of Elegant Aegis there, and then we move on to Harpie's Feather Tempest. Basically, Harpie's Book of Caillou or Book of the Moon. Whichever one you want to choose. Now, the recycling of Harpie Ladies or Harpie Lady in the graveyard, perfectly fine. This is more so of an opponent trap card, and that's still good too, because even if you waste it on one monster, that's fine. You still get to destroy an almost summon monster, and then you get to change one of the monster's battle position. Because if you're still running Harpie Lady or even Harpie Girl, well, no sir of Harpie Lady, because that's going to be the only normal monster. Unless they decide to pick Cyber Harpie and make her a normal monster, then this will still work with Cyber Harpie as well. Just that I don't think people would run Harpie Lady, Cyber Harpie. They probably just, if she has the high stat. But it's still a thing to work around with. It's still really good card, and if you think to the team, yeah, this would probably be Book of Moon. This would probably be our Book of Moon, and it'll just be another survive to Harpie, the Harpie's Feather Storm. There'll be another survive to trap card that Harpie that you can search off of his. There's more additional cards. They probably work it around, maybe a slight different change up, but at least it'll be a little better to the problem that every deck will be. Then Ryza and Icarus. And Ryza and Icarus are here because of the fact that they have been using Harpie decks before. More so the older builds, which I think is what is being akin to here. And then when you also look at it, and something that I've been surprised to is that Icarus attack is trying to reflect off of being because Icarus attack and this Icarus attack are two. You can see here that says tribute one Wingy Beast monster targeted to 2 cards on the field. For them, this only focuses on your opponent's cards, and that your opponent has to either no more special summon a monster, or your opponent activates a top card, and then you can send your Wingy Beast monster on the face up Wingy Beast monster from the field to the grave to destroy the 2 cards your opponent. It is a little niche. It is a little survive from the changes from the original, but I think because of how the game works, that is how that interaction. Not to mention, this is a Legends card, so they're only able to run one pack that is a Legend card at a time. So it is advice: do you want to run the increase attack, or do you want to run something else? You can swap them in the side deck and stuff, but even then, at that point, it's just like worth it. You know, what things can you blow up? What things can't you blow up? What would be worth it? I do like the fact that it gives you the choice of throwing up to 2 cards, but at least you're not wasting it Bible, or you're getting rid of things that are viable. And Risa just wants to be Risa. That's really it. Risa just wants to be treated in an attack position and send the card from on the field to the back to top of the owner's deck. Ain't too much different from what regular Risa does. It just has a better artwork, and that is about it. And then also, mind you, this says tribute summon. So this, for the most part, I mean, can we tribute summon face down? I mean, defense boost? Yeah, no, level limit area B, because it forces the monster to defense first. So, okay, we get that part. But I'm looking at all these Harpie cards, and I'm looking at all these things, and I said in my video, um, individually, if we ever get retrains of Harpie Lady Sisters, I want something that's similar to the where it doesn't even have to be Harpie Lady Sisters. So, want to treat the individual monsters as Harpie graveyard, then that would be great. And then whatever they are in the deck, handler can search for them. All the other cards can revive. Either make them viable for alien entities, so that way they can there, or make a return elegant egotist that can summon them from the deck in addition to what you can. All the other cards, for the most part, like I've said what changes can be done with them if they did come, and then that way they can be worked around. Most other cards, I don't think they're going to have any changes to them really, but you know, they'll be viable of what they're originally based on there. And there's no reason to run Harpie Fat Dragon because after some. But with that said and done, that is my overall look at all of the Harpie cards and just, the lineup of things for the Harpies in Rush School. What I could potentially want to see later on if they eventually do. With that said and done, let me know what you guys think of the overall haul we got from the Harpies. What things would you like to see change if they do decide to change, or bring newer cards to the Harpie? All that good stuff. With that said and done, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. I know it's a long video, but thank you guys for staying and hearing it out. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. It helps out tremendously. Hit the notification bell so you get wonderful. Catch me on social media with the links that are in the description box below. And catch me live on Twitch at twitch.tv/Harpie Player Joe. With that said and done, thanks everyone for watching. Okay, signing out. Take care.